Welcome to new class of economics. So in the economics series at Varagayas, we were discussing about various uh, types of unemployment, issues of poverty, and different graphs which were resulting to different kind of issues of inequalities, unemployment, and poverty. So now let us start this class with new topic, that is National Sample Survey Organization. Why this is needed? An organization that collects the data of different types of poverty, unemployment, and socio-economic progress of India. हमारे कंट्री की विकास की, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की और इकोनॉमिक्स से रिलेटेड जो भी डेटा है उसको कलेक्शन करने का काम एनएसएसओ के पास है. सो एनएसएसओ वाज primarily Central Statistical Organization formed in 1951 by Jawaharlal Nehru, late Prime Minister of India, under guidance of P.C. Mahalanobis. And there was another organization formed, National Sample Survey Organization, that came into force in the year 1950. So at the time passes, these organizations keep indulged in collecting information through sample surveys on variety of socio-economic aspect, the work relation of finalization of sampling design, schedule of inquiries, writing of instructions, training of field staff, processing of data, and writing of report as the interested of Indian Statistical Institute. So later it was culminated from CSO and NSS to NSSO. Now, what are the functions of NSSO? NSSO conducts more detailed sample survey in every 5 years of unemployment and the inequalities. So, a usual status concept which has a reference period of 1 year, यानी कि नेशनल सैम्पल सर्वे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या करता है, 5 साल का एम्प्लॉयमेंट और अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के डेटास को सर्वे करके निकालता है, इसे गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज़ को देता है. एंड देन अ यूजुअल स्टेटस जो कि 1 साल की पीरियड में निकाला जाता है, एंड दैट इज़ क्लासिफाइड एज ए पर्सन एज वॉज अनएम्प्लॉयड एंड शी वॉज नॉट वर्किंग. सो यूजुअल स्टेटस, a person who was willing to work, he was qualified but he was not working. Second comes the current weekly status, which includes person if she or he not worked even for 1 hour during the week throughout availability of the work. So if there was 1 hour work available and he doesn't work, that categorized as the current weekly status for the entire week, एक हफ्ते के अंदर का. Then third comes the current daily status, which measures the employment status during the 7 days preceding the survey and adds up all the hours of work undertaken during the reference period to decide the underemployment issued status of a person. So underemployment status through a reference period, okay, taking consideration of द प्रीसीडिंग सर्वे, जो पहले के सर्वे हैं उनको कंसिडर करके लिया जा रहा है बच्चों, ध्यान देंगे. नाउ नेक्स्ट कम्स द मनी एंड बैंकिंग, वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट चैप्टर in this series and most awaited of all parts. So let us begin this chapter with joy and concentration. So what is fiat money? आप ध्यान से सुनते समझते जाइए, आपको याद होते जाएगा. So fiat money derives its value by being declared by the government to be legal tender. Thus, currency in circulation, which is provided by the central bank of a country, that is called as a fiat currency. and it must accept as a form of payment within the boundaries of the country for all debt, public and private. It concerns all the debts created by a country's boundary, and the money supply of country consists of currency, banknotes and coins, and bank money. So the balance held in checking account and saving account, current account एंड सेविंग अकाउंट। तो कासा में जो मनी पाया जाएगा, जो लोग रखेंगे, डिपॉजिट होगी, that is also included in the fiat money. It also include family units of household, firm and institution, but excludes the product of producers of money such as government and the banking institutions. This is not in circulation. Also, it excludes the money held by the government and its treasuries, and the banking system money supply is bound to be smaller than the total stock of money in the country's economic system. ठीक है? And the concept of money used in calculating money supply are known as the money stock measures and measures of monetary aggregate. से हम देखते हैं M1, M2, M3, M4 के टर्म में. Now fiat money is issued by the government and is not backed by physical commodities such as gold. So US dollar, euro and pound are examples of fiat money which has no backing except government itself. तो आरबीआई के नोट को आप देखते हैं, 100 रुपीज़ का नोट, यहाँ पे गांधी जी की फ़ोटो आ गई, एंड यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, सिल्वर स्ट्रिप आ गई, एंड देयर इज रिटेन प्रॉमिस बाय द गवर्नर ऑफ आरबीआई, मैं धारक को 100 रुपये अदा करने का वचन देता हूँ, एंड दैट प्रॉमिस मेक्स दिस paper as a legal tender. Now let us move ahead. What is M1? So the fiat currency or currency in market is categorized under 4 divisions. So M1, M2, M3 and M4. M1 is money with the public, currency notes and coins, and adding on demand deposits, है ना, नोट्स, कॉइन्स, डिमांड डिपॉजिट्स हो गए बैंक के साथ, एंड अदर डिमांड डिपॉजिट विद द आरबीआई, आरबीआई के अदर डिमांड डिपॉजिट्स, ओडीडी. So it is highly liquid and banks will not be able to run their lending programs on this basis. Then comes the M2. M2 is M1 plus saving bank deposit with the post office. Then comes the M3. It is M1 plus the term deposit with the bank. Term deposit with the bank. Then comes the M4. M3 plus all the deposits of post office. What are present in the post office? पोस्ट ऑफिस में आप डिमांड ड्राफ्ट रखते हो, है ना, कोई लीगल प्रॉपर्टीज रखते हो, या कुछ वैसे डॉक्यूमेंट्स which are very very important in nature. So those deposits at post offices adding to the term deposit with bank comes under M4 money. So liquidity get reduced as we go ahead from M1 to M4. जैसे जैसे बढ़ते जाएंगे M3 से M4, then it will reduce in the liquidity, यानी कि करेंसी सर्कुलेशन रिड्यूस हो जाएगी. Now M4 possesses the lowest liquidity among all these measures. The reduction in liquidity includes shifts from the medium of exchange to store of value. So exchange of medium से जो M1 में हुआ करता था, अब ये करेंसी चेंज हो जाएगी स्टोरिंग वैल्यू में, स्टोरेज मनी. All these 4 money stock measures are not of equal importance. ये इक्वल इंपॉर्टेंस के है ही नहीं, बिकॉज दे हैव देयर रिलेटिव डिफरेंस एंड देयर इंपॉर्टेंस एट देयर ओन नीश। उनका अपना महत्व है कि अपनी वैल्यू है। Now let us see in detail the new monetary aggregate NM1 equals to NM1. New monetary aggregate NM1 equals to M1, the currency in circulation. NM2 equals to NM1 plus short-term time deposit of residents up to maturity period of 1 year, and NM3 equals to NM2 adding with the long-term time deposit of the residents called terms funding from the financial institutions. Now these are also converted to the liquidity aggregates. What are liquidity aggregates? L1 equals to NM3 plus all deposit with the post office, saving bank excluding national savings certificate. L1 plus term deposit with the term lending institution and refinancial institutions. And L3 equals to L2 plus public deposit of non-banking financial company. सो याद रखिए L2 में क्या क्या ऐड हो रहा है, L1 आ ही गया, साथ साथ टाइम डिपॉजिट प्लस लेंडिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस की वैल्यू एंड रीफाइनेंस इंस्टीट्यूशंस की वैल्यू, टर्म बोरोइंग ऑफ द FIs फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस एंड सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ डिपोजिशन। जो डिपॉजिट किया गया है उसका सर्टिफिकेट मिला है तो वो इंक्लूड हो जाएगा। नाउ you see the graph showing the reduction in the value in the market. So M4 is highest, then M1 is second highest, then M3 second highest, M1 is third, and comes M0. So in this way the value of money present in the market is reducing in overall scenario. Now let us see the difference broad money and capital money. Now narrow money क्या होती है? Narrow money includes only liquid from the monetary which is withdrawal any time. It includes cash, currency notes and demand deposits. Currency notes and demand deposits. So it is most liquid in nature. M1 और M2 most liquid होते हैं, कहीं भी convertible हैं और usable हैं. Then comes the broad money, M3 and M4. So it includes both liquid and less liquid form of money which is present in the market. Apart from cash, currency notes and demand deposits are also present. It also includes demand deposit, that is M3 and M4. So M1 M2 में क्या include हो रहा है? M1 is the narrow money and it includes currency note, coins, demand deposit with bank, saving and current accounts. M2 में क्या है? Currency notes and coins and demand deposit with bank, saving account and post office saving. अब बात करते हैं broad money की. That is less liquid, so it is currency notes, coins, demand draft, saving bodies and time deposit. It also include bonds and term agreement papers. Then comes the M4 which includes coins, demand deposit with bank, savings, current and all deposit of the post office excluding the NSC certificate. ठीक है, याद रहेगा. Next point, M3 is the most important component of all money stock measures and is generally termed as the broad money. So in economics, the money supply or money stock is the total amount of the monetary asset available in an economy at a specific time. And there are several ways to define money, but standard measures usually include currency in circulation, time deposits, and these are called as कासा. याद रखेंगे, कासा में जो भी मनी है वो नैरो मनी कहेगी. In circulation, money supply uses the data which is recorded and published by the government एंड सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ कंट्री। एग्जाम्पल आरबीआई जो डेटा शेयर करेगी वो यूज़ होंगे एस्टिमेशन ऑफ दिस करेंसी वैल्यूज, decreasing order of liquidity of monetary aggregates, so highly liquid is m0, and comes the m1, then m2, then m3 finally. In this way liquidity of currency is present in the market. Now let us move ahead. Indian financial system. Financial system consists of the money market. Money market has call money market, treasury bill market, commercial market, collateral loan market, certified deposits and commercial paper markets, and money market instruments. Now there are capital markets. ये कौन से market हैं friends? Securities, gilt edged and corporate securities. Then second is the financial institutions. Under capital market there are financial institutions which comprise of SEBI, IDFI, ICICI, IDBI and FICCI and so on. Then there is inflation and inflationary control. So India has a prospect of measurement of inflation in terms of CPI and WPI, consumer price index and wholesale price index. CPI measures the micro level instrument of the inflationary tendencies, whereas WPI measures the wholesale or gross measurement of food, petrol, iron and steel works and core sectors inflation. So calculation of inflation we will discuss through different formulas. What is the impact, how to control it, what is deflation and checking of deflation. Then comes the banking system, RBI and objectives, functions of RBI, composition, regional rural banks, private sector bank, cooperative banks, scheduled commercial bank, banking system in India, banking sectoral reforms. Next is the insurance sector, LIC, GIC, Insurance Integrity Depository Authority, IRDA. Then comes the commodity future market, CFM, which includes the commodities and futures of the market that are present. Then comes the microfinance institutions, non-banking financial corporations such as Exim Bank, NHB, SIDBI and NABARD. Now moving ahead, let us discuss some of the features of the financial sectors. Financial sector in India is comprising of financial intermediaries or the financial institutions. What are different kind of intermediaries? SIDBI, FICCI, SEBI and so on. So financial institutions are institutions which are primarily engaged in collection, mobilization of saving, conversion into investment. Financial institutions include all banks and non-banking financial companies. So financial market are the markets which are engaged in the collection of saving from the surplus units of economy, lending to the deficit unit of economy for the investment and other purpose. So financial markets consist of money market and the capital market. So financial assets include shares, debentures, certificate of deposit, life insurance policies. Now what is money market? Money market is cluster of financial institutions. In a cluster basis they are grouped together in terms of securities, loans, gold, foreign exchange, and the short term money is bought and sold on the money market. Long term money is present in the capital market. The money market is a key component of the financial system as it functions of the money operations conducted by the Central Bank of India in pursuit of monetary policy objectives. So कंट्री की जो सेंट्रल बैंक है जैसे कि रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, अब हम ऐसे समझते हैं, तो ये क्या करेगी? फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट को मार्केट में डालेगी और ये इंस्टीट्यूशंस क्या करेंगे, जो मनी सर्कुलेट हो रहा है and which is being applied to various sectors such as dairies, manufacturing, services, goods production, import export, तो उससे ये डिराइव क्या करेगा, प्रॉफिट डिराइव करेगा थ्रू अ शॉर्ट टर्म फंड ऑफ मैच्योरिटी रेंजिंग फ्रॉम 1 ईयर, 1 साल के अंतर्गत यानी एक फिजिकल पीरियड में ये मैच्योरिटी डेवलप करेगा और इट विल ट्राई टू डेवलप द प्रॉफिट आउट ऑफ द करेंसी इन सर्कुलेशन. So, what are the functions of money market? Money market performs three broad functions. First, it provides equilibrium mechanism. ये क्या देता है, इक्विलिब्रियम देता है डिमांड और सप्लाई चेन को. Second, what it provides, it enables the borrowers and lenders short term funds. शॉर्ट टर्म फंड के लिए borrowers और lenders को borrowing इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए efficient market price देता है. Now it provides efficient market price and it provides the avenue of central bank's intervention in influencing both quantum cost and the cost of liquidity in the financial system, thereby transmitting the monetary policy impulse to the real economy. Now, it also helps in ordinary Indian money market when it is divided into two parts. First, the organized sector, second, the unorganized sector. थोड़ा डिटेल में जानते हैं कि ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर क्या है. ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर इज फॉर्मल सेक्टर, अनरेगुलेटेड नॉन बैंक फाइनेंशियल इंटरमीडियरीज वर्क and indigenous bankers and money lenders working together in an organized, unregulated manner without application of any rules, laws over it. Now, second is the organized sector, which is formed with the State Bank of India and its associate banks, which is well regulated and well organized. For example, regional rural banks and cooperative banks, which are working with the government to fulfill the need of the society. And organized sector include Reserve Bank of India, private bank, public sector bank, non-banking financial companies such as LIC, Unit Trust of India, and International Finance Corporation, IDBI, and so on. Then comes the RBI's FX organization of the Indian money market, which carries regulation and development of Indian money. In the market, instruments such as call notice or the term money market, repo operations, certification of deposit, and the centralization of and collateralization of borrowing and lending obligation, CBLO. ये सारे फंक्शंस कौन करती है, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. नाउ लेट अस सी फ्यू डिटेल ऑफ कॉल मनी मार्केट. थोड़ा बोरिंग हो रहा है बट हम करते जाएंगे टू अंडरस्टैंड. The call money market is most important component of organized money market. In call money market, it depends on the call loans or call money granted for 1 day. So 1 day के लिए जो भी money grant की जाएगी, that will called as call money. So the participants in call money market are mostly banks, so it is called as interbank call money market. इसे क्या बोलते हैं, interbank call money market. Now the bank with the temporary deficit of funds form the demand side and the banks with the temporary exceed of funds form the supply side of call money market. And the main features of Indian call money market follows. Call money market includes the institutionalized arrangement for making the temporary surplus of the banks, availability of other banks which are temporarily short of funds. It also have the participation of the call money markets. So State Bank of India is always on the lender side in this market. The call money market operates through the broker who always keep in touch. The brokers who are in touch with the banks and establish the link between the borrowing and the lending bank. Call money market is highly sensitive and competitive market. As such, it acts as the best indicator and liquidity position of the unorganized money market. The rate of interest in the call money market makes it highly unstable It quickly tries to pressurize the excess demand of funds and quickly falls under the pressure of excess supply of funds. Then comes the treasury bill market. So treasury bill are instrument of trade in the market. Treasury bill which is short term 91 days, 182 days, 364 days की लाइबिलिटी के साथ ऐसे इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज होते हैं. Then comes the treasury bills which are issued to meet up the short term financial requirements by the government, and in reality it have become the permanent source of fund to the government. These are discussed securities and issue a discourse of the reduction in the money value, and T-bills at the prefixed date as for the fixed deposit of the money. So जब तक फिक्स्ड मनी डिपॉजिट नहीं होती है तब तक ट्रेजरी बिल्स काम करते हैं. So there are four kind of treasury bills: 14-day T-bill, 91-day, 182 days T-bill, and 364 days T-bills. So these are bought by the Reserve Bank of India, commercial bank, and non-banking financial intermediaries such as LIC, UTI, GIC. Then comes the bank is ready to buy and discount them. So it is based on two types: ad hoc and regular. कैसे कैसे होते हैं ट्रेजरी बिल्स? एड हॉक पे और रेगुलर दी जाती हैं. सो एड हॉक ट्रेजरी बिल्स आर इशूड इन द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, semi government departments, and foreign central banks, and these are not sold on the banks and the general public, and these are not marketable. Regular में क्या होगा? The regular treasury bills are sold by the bank and public and freely marketable. So both types of ad hoc and regular treasury bills are sold by the Reserve Bank of India on the behalf of central government. Now next, commercial bill market. What is this commercial bill market? The market dealing with the commercial bank issued by firms engaged in the business. The bills are generally 3 more maturity. A commercial bill is a promise made up of specified amount of specific period to buy the goods or from the sellers. The seller who has sold his goods and credit draws the bill and send it to the buyer for acceptance. So after the buyer or in bank writes the word accepted to the bill, it will be accountable and become marketable instrument, and it is sent to the seller. So these bills are called as the trade bills. ये bills क्या कहे जाते हैं? Trade bills. Why? Because trading is being done through these kinds of bills present in the market. इनसे क्या होती है? Trading होती है. So when these bills are accepted by the commercial bank, they are called as the commercial bills. तब ये क्या कहे जाएंगे? Commercial bills. So these bills have maturity of 30 days, 60 days or 90 days. तो 90 दिन के बाद इस बिल को आप फिर से क्रेडिट एक्सटेंड में नहीं डाल सकते. यू हैव टू फिल द मनी विच यू हैव टेकन फ्रॉम द मार्केट. Then comes the certificate of deposit and commercial paper, which is market deals with the certification of deposit, commercial papers, and these are two instruments, CD and CP. So Reserve Bank of India in March 1989, in order to widen the range of money market instruments, gave investigators greater flexibility in the deployment of their short-term surplus funds. So certificate of deposit is a promissory note, secure and short-term, up to year of nature. So there is again a collateral loan market, तो जिसमें लोन आप देते हैं और वापस उसके बदले कुछ आप mortgage करते हैं. That is called as collateral loan market. In this market, loans are often secured against collateral securities, and security may be in form of pledge, mortgage, and other forms of money value. So the market for loans secured by collateral security is called as collateral loan market, जिसमें कि कुछ संपार्श्विक आप रखते हैं किसी चीज़ के बदले. सो इसे आप क्या बोलते हैं? कोलैटरल मार्केट, और अमेरिका में सब प्राइम क्राइसिस आई थी 2007 में, जो कि कोलैटरल डेट ऑब्लिगेशंस के थ्रू हुई थी. Now what is repo market? Repo is a money market instrument which help in collateralization of short-term borrowing and lending through sale and purchase operation in the debt instrument. Then comes the unorganized money market. So the sector consists of regulated non-banking financial intermediaries such as money lenders, chit fund, nidhi, etc. So chit fund क्या होता है? Chit funds are the saving institutions. They are of various types and they don't have standardized form. Chit fund have regulated number and make periodic contribution to the legislation in this regard under the Act of 1982. निधि क्या होगी? निधि फंड जो बंगाल में देखने को मिलती है and other parts of India. So nidhi is kind of mutual benefit whose dealings are restricted to remembered as only outlay of the operation in the only depending sector. ठीक है. Now let us see in detail what are other kind of sectors present there. So in other sectors which we see, there is present of capital market. Capital market deal with long term finances and establishment of manufacturing units which have more than 1 year tenure. It includes all facilities and institutions arrangements available for borrowing in lending in terms of funds including medium term. The difference between the money market and the capital market is not so much as institutions in terms of their borrowing or lending. So long term funds जो कि रेज किया जा रहा है ग्लोबल मार्केट से फॉर 1 year और ग्रेटर देन 1 year 2 year 5 years तक के इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए, जिसमें कि फाइनेंशियल एसेट्स जनरेट होंगे एंड देयर कैन बी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड देयर कैन बी डिवीजन ऑफ डिविडेंड जनरेट होगा. तो ऐसे मार्केट को हम ब्रॉडली बोलेंगे industrial security market and gilt edged market. There is two kind of categorization. So देखते हैं कि capital market कैसा है. Capital market has main players, big bulls. Then comes the security markets which include the gilt edged securities, primary market and secondary market. Secondary market में again दो division, stock market and over the counter extension. Then comes the National Stock Exchange NSE and Bombay Stock Exchange. Then it also have regional branches in terms of ISC and others. Now what are other parts of financial institutions? Financial institutions comprise of IFCI, ICCI, IDBI also. So let us stop this lecture with this note. Thank you. And we also have some parts in which you can do some answer writing methodology. Let us see some measures and questions of economics. So what is non-banking financial institutions? How it contribute to the growth and development of informal sectors in India. And next question can be asked, what is call money market? Then examine subprime crisis of 2008. Then explain the functions of Reserve Bank of India. है ना. सो आंसर राइटिंग सीरीज में हम देखेंगे कि कैसे आप इन क्वेश्चंस के आंसर कंपोज करते हो एंड हाउ ब्यूटिफुली यू डिसाइड हाउ यू राइट दिस आंसर्स इन ए सिस्टमैटिक मैनर. Now let us move ahead. So there are Industrial security markets. The industrial security market refer to those markets which deals with the equities, debentures of the corporates, and it is further divided into primary market and the secondary market. तो इंडस्ट्रियल मार्केट कैसा है, प्राइमरी मार्केट है और सेकेंडरी मार्केट है. Primary market deals with new securities that are coming in the market and were not available previously and that are offered at in public at the first time. So it is a market for raising fresh capital in the form of shares and debentures. कैसे मिल रही हैं शेयर्स और डिबेंचर्स मिल रहे हैं. So it provide issuing company with the additional funds for starting new enterprise for either expansion or diversification of existing one, and thus it contributes to the company's financial unit. And it also क्या कर रहा है प्राइमरी मार्केट. Primary market is offering by companies that made either as initial public office, IPO offering say, or the right issue. So secondary market or the stock market is a market by or selling securities of the existing companies under the secretaries credited after being initially offered to the public as a primary market listed on the stock exchange. So BSE या नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में जो भी रजिस्टर्ड हो रही हैं चीज़ें वो निकल के आती हैं सेकेंडरी मार्केट में. एंड द स्टॉक एक्सचेंज आर एक्सक्लूसिव सेंटर्स फॉर ट्रेडिंग द सिक्योरिटीज. It is a sensitive barometer that reflects the trend of economy through fluctuations in the prices of various securities. Keep it in your mind. Now, what is gilt age security market? So, gilt age market refers to the market of government and semi-government securities backed by the Reserve Bank of India. Government securities are tradable debt instruments by the government for meeting the financial requirements. तो गवर्नमेंट क्या करती है, सिक्योरिटीज इशू करती है अपने डेट को फुलफिल करने के लिए, जो ऋण है उसके ऊपर उसको मीट आउट करने के लिए दे फ्रॉम द गिल्टेड सिक्योरिटी. सो गिल्टेड टर्म मीन्स द बेस्ट क्वालिटी in which the government securities do not suffer at the risk of default and highly liquid as they can be easily sold in the market at the current price. So open market operation of RBI is also conducted in such securities of gilt edged market. Now other important instrument in the capital market are derivative, future contract, option contract and forward contract. So इन्हें देखते हैं थोड़ा सा. Derivative indicates that it has no independent value. It is deriving its value from some another source, underlying asset. And derivative is a forward, future option or any other hybrid contract or fixed duration link of the purpose to contract fulfillment. And there comes the future contract, which mean legally binding agreement to buy or sell underlying security on a future date. So भविष्य की किसी डेट पे जो सिक्योरिटीज को हम बेट कर रहे हैं या कोई भी कंपनी डाल रही है, तो वो करेंसी वो सिक्योरिटीज क्या कहलाती हैं, ऑप्शंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. देन कम्स लास्ट द फॉरवर्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. इट इज एन एग्रीमेंट टू बाय और सेल एन एसेट ऑन अ फ्यूचर डेट. However, like the future contract, it is between the two private parties, and this is the guarantee of the fulfillment of contract. Now, next part is regulatory framework. So, in India, the capital market is regulated by the Capital Market Division of Department of Economic Affairs of Ministry of Finance, and ये क्या करता है, regulated procedures में work करता है. So the division is responsible for formulating the policies related to orderly growth and development of the security market, that is shared derivatives, and protecting the increase in the investors. Then comes the framework, which is responsible for the institutional framework in securities market, also building the regulatory market institutions. Then the Securities and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) Act of 1992 provide the condition for strengthening investor protection and mechanism for efficient legislation. So there was Securities Control Regulation Act 1956, और उस एक्ट के बाद हमने क्या बना दिया, सिक्योरिटी एंड एक्सचेंज बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया एज रेगुलेटरी बॉडी फॉर द इक्विटीज मार्केट. नाउ व्हाट वी सी व्हाट हैपेंस विद द इक्विटी एंड कैपिटल मार्केट. शेयर मार्केट सिचुएशन में आप देखते हो जैसे कि एक कंपनी बन गई वैराग्य आईएस लिमिटेड, एंड उसमें बहुत सारे शेयर होल्डर्स को इनवाइट किया, 10-10 रुपए के शेयर्स 5 लोगों को बेच दिए. इसका मतलब क्या है कि जो भी प्रॉफिट होगा उसका 10% की इक्विटी उस आदमी को कंपनी को देना पड़ेगा. एंड उसको क्या कर लिया गया, सेबी के द्वारा रजिस्टर्ड कर दिया गया. नाउ दिस कंपनी कैन डील विद द स्टॉक एक्सचेंज ऑफ इंडिया. इसके शेयर बढ़ेंगे घटेंगे. इट विल विटनेस वेरियस काइंड ऑफ डायनेमिक्स एंड चेंजेस. Now let us see reforms in the capital market of India. Capital market में अभी तक क्या क्या रिफॉर्म हुए हैं. So before 1990s there was huge prospect of FERA and FEMA which we will see in the later class. इससे क्या होता था, मार्केट वोलाटिलिटी बनी रहती थी, कभी भी हेजिंग हो जाती थी, and there was loss of investors. Then comes the government of India, Security Exchange Board of India, SEBI, that takes a number of measures in order to improve the working of Indian Stock Exchange and to make it more progressive and vibrant. Major reforms undertaken are as follow. So it take care of credit rating agencies. 3 credit rating agency है यहाँ पे. 1988 में बन गई है क्राइसिल, Credit Rating Institution of India. Then comes the Research Limited, CARL, Credit Analysis and Research Limited, 11th of the financial health and different financial institutions. Then comes the merchant bank activities. Many Indian and foreign commercial banks have taken up the merchant bank and activities in terms of hand for factors related to the capital market. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ट्रांजेक्शन के लिए क्या हो गया, सेविंग मनी टाइम एंड एनर्जी फॉर द इन्वेस्टर्स. It also provides the growing mutual fund industry and the stock exchange. So August 2014, when the Modi government came into power, Securities Law Amendment Act was passed, gave SEBI additional power including the order and arrest of the violators of SEBI norm. मोदी सरकार ने क्या किया, जो वायलेटर्स हैं सेबी की नॉर्म्स के या रूल्स के, उनके लिए पनिशमेंट का प्रपोजल दे दिया एंड हैज़ jurisdiction with the SEBI whosoever found guilty of breaking SEBI norms. Then comes the government notification in 1st September 2015 where the commodities market regulated forward commodities market and backward commodities market. So we found that there are changes in FMC, SBI and the different kind of investors. So let us conclude this topic.